My dad was sick, and we had paid more attention to Mother because she was also ill. And we were both waiting on Ma right and left. And at that time, I had no association with skilling or the product itself. And my dad started looking terrible, and I took him to the doctor, and he told me, well, Tom, he said, your dad's got about 3 weeks. That's pretty tough news to hear. I was devastated because my father was my best friend. I was going to a seminar in northern Wisconsin, and I called to sign up for the seminar. All of a sudden, the guy is telling me about this machine that treats with frequencies. And he's working with his brother. He has one and he's so forth. And I says, tell me more. I says, well, and he did. And I says, I want one. Later on, I started using it for my father with different frequencies. The doctor, I remember calling after 4 months. Tom, he says, what's going on? And I said, what do you mean? He says, well, the coroner hasn't called me because I had moved my mother and father in with me, took care of them. And at that point, he says, well, is your dad there? And I says, yeah. Well, can I talk to him? And I said, sure. And he did. And he said, I think I want you guys to come up and see me. So I did. And he looked at my father and he says, you know, your pallor looks good. You know, your vitals come back that they're good. And he says, he brought me into a separate room and he says, what are you doing? And I says, I'm just giving them a good diet. No, he says, what are you doing? And I says, Doc, if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. He says, well, all right, I can see this is going nowhere. He says, whatever you're doing, keep it up.